There's a lot of the hunting motif. Yes. Yes.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Matt. Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
How's it going?
It's going good.
I've been to your hometown a few times in the last few months. Portland.
Really?
Yeah. Did the show at the Aladdin Theater.
Wow, great. I love Portland.
Yeah. Spectacular.
I moved away.
You moved away?
No, but I go back often.
Yeah.
As long as we're talking about The Simpsons, you know that many characters on The Simpsons were named after streets in Portland. Flanders. There is a Flanders. There is a Lovejoy. There is a Montgomery. There is a Terwilliger, Sideshow Bob Terwilliger. Those are all streets in Portland. So anybody from Portland, you don't have to call with that question.
Thank you. Okay, we got that one out of the way. What are the other questions you always get? We can answer those right off the top.
Do you draw all of The Simpsons yourself? And yes, the answer is yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Yeah. It's all those other credits that you see. Yeah. That's all pseudonyms for me.
Right. Exactly. Right. All right. Very good. Now, since I saw you last, you have another show.
Yes, I have another show. I have another animated show.
Futurama.
Futurama. Yes, not to be confused with the PJs or King of the Hill. Futurama is sort of like The Simpsons. They look like The Simpsons, except they're in the far future. Mm-hmm. And we used to be on right after The Simpsons at 8:30, and Fox, in its wisdom, has moved us to 7 o'clock and has asked us to adjust our comedy for the earlier hour.
Adjust it?
Yes.
Clean it up?
Clean it up.
No.
And we are not going to. Because it's too late. The shows are done. So they're, so...
So they expect you to do loop the dialogue now after you've already shot the episodes?
Yep. But we're not doing it. And also change the, we have a little gratuitous nudity.
Nudity in a cartoon.
Nudity, yes. Well, on The Simpsons, we have a lot of, Homer seems to lose his pants almost every episode these days.
Yeah.
Pandering.
Do you do that more?
That's what the fans clamor for.
They want to see him nude.
Nude.
Do you do that during sweeps, or it just could be any time?
We started out just during sweeps, and now it's every episode.
Now it's a regular feature.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, if you freeze frame, like every third frame is a picture of Homer nude, full frontal.
Now, seriously though, how much involvement do you have with these shows?
That's the other annoying question.
But I'm going to get out of the way now.
Look, you've been doing The Simpsons for 10 years. You're doing this other show. You don't really work on The Simpsons anymore.
No, you work on it, but come on. You can't oversee every element.
I'm in 3 places at once. No, the fact is, The Simpsons is a collaborative effort run by an incredible staff of people who've been working there for years and years and years. We've got great animators. We've got, of course, the great actors, Dan Castellaneta and Harry Shearer and Hank Azaria and Nancy Cartwright and all the rest. And the show's run by Mike Scully, who's been doing a great job for the last several years, and then kind of bad for the first couple. But no, it's really good. The show is smooth, and it's a bunch of great writers who are trying to top themselves every week. And all I do is go, send me the money. No, I go and say great job, and and every so often I make a minor suggestion. Mm-hmm. More nudity.
Yeah, exactly. How do they feel about that when you drop by to make a suggestion?
Well, the new writers don't really know, much about me, so they're intimidated. But the old guys are just like, he's a big jerk.
Now you've turned into like a cottage industry. You've got all kinds of merchandising and stuff going on, don't you? It's great.
Yeah, merchandise.
It's all good.
Swag. Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. We started out in 1990 with Bart Simpson and Nelson Mandela bootleg T-shirts, and when Nelson Mandela was let out, there were actual T-shirts with Bart and Nelson Mandela shaking hands.
Yeah, I saw those. Yeah, they looked official too.
And and since then we've done a lot of Simpson stuff and pinball machines and video games and all the rest of that stuff, and now we're starting to gear up on Futurama and do more of the same because there just isn't enough crap.
If you put the crap out there, there's going to be somebody.
No, you know what it is. The way I feel about it is we try to do. There's a little secret in the merchandising industry. It's called label slap, and that's when you just take the image, and you slap it on the side of a lunchbox or a coat or whatever, and then you sell it. And what we try to do with The Simpsons and with Futurama and everything else is actually have the thing itself be funny.
Yeah.
The packaging is funny. The thing itself is funny. And then sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you think you would go into TV when you became a cartoonist originally, or film?
I was talking about this on the way in, and the fact is, really, where The Simpsons originated was it was in two parts. It was watching Dennis the Menace. Remember the old Dennis the Menace show?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, the very first time that was on, it had an animated opening, and Dennis the Menace came out
like a tornado.
Yeah. And I thought, oh boy, this is going to be the greatest show ever. And then it was,
Dennis the Menace.
Jane North, with like a slingshot that I don't think he ever used.
Yeah.
And he's actually a really polite kid.
That would have spiced up the show had he used the slingshot.
One kid that I enjoyed growing up on TV was Eddie Haskell on Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, if I grow up, I would love to see a show called Son of Eddie Haskell. And that really is what The Simpsons is. Mm-hmm. Son of Eddie Haskell.
Yeah. Eddie Haskell was the most subversive character on TV back then, wouldn't you?
Yes, I based my life on his teachings.
Really?
Yes.
And now here you have these two shows going. You still got your comic strip going.
I still do Life in Hell every week.
Every week.
Yep.
And all of this. And where do you want to take all this? You just going to keep doing this forever? I mean, do you want to make a movie? What do you want to do?
We've been talking about doing a Simpsons movie for about a decade now, and maybe we'll get around to doing it one of these days. I don't know. We're just starting to throw around some ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and are you having fun?
It's got its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But what the funniest thing was, recently Time Magazine named The Simpsons. Now, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying this is fact. This is journalistic fact. Okay. Time Magazine called The Simpsons the show of the century. And when I mentioned this to a big Fox executive, he says, I'm going to go further. I'm going to say this is the greatest show in the history of the world. Because all those 18th and 19th century animated comedies.
Oh yeah, some of those were big.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, what's interesting about The Simpsons, and I was talking to Dan about this, is that it's so subversive. There are so many people who say, I hate TV, but I watch The Simpsons. And you got to wonder, do you like television?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of television.
You like TV?
Yes, I do.
Because it just appears, I'm not a big fan of television. I like, CNN or hockey. I watch a lot of television, but I don't watch a lot of series programming at all.
Well, I don't watch a lot of series. I'm a big fan of Iron Chef. You know Iron Chef?
Iron Chef, yes, Iron Chef.
And Crocodile Hunter.
On the Food Network.
Yes, on the Food Network. Yeah. And, I go for the more specialty channels.
Yeah.
Animal Planet. I like Crocodile Hunter. This guy gets bit by a crocodile every week. That's my idea of a good time.
Intentionally?
Well, he puts his hand down near the mouth, and I think that he's just asking for it, ratings, sweeps.
Yeah. I'm a fan of infomercials. That's the kind of TV I like to watch. And if Ron Popeil's selling something, I'm watching.
That's beyond me.
Oh, yeah. I know, man. Another new rotisserie, the Juice Man, I'm there.
Look for the areas, fill that space, all right?
There's a specialty programming. You ever see that show? That's
no.
He's a decorator. He's on the Discovery Channel. Can't remember his name. But another one of those shows. He's got a certain flair.
Anyway, it's great to be here, and I'm looking forward to seeing Dan Castellaneta's one-man show tonight. Yeah, it's fantastic. Dan is a genius. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys talked about this. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just trying to heckle you back there.
Yes, I know.
But it's amazing to watch Dan in action. Because what he does is, he does so many different voices on the show. He does Homer Simpson and Grandpa and Barney the Barfly and I don't know who else. He does a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Krusty the Clown.
Yeah.
And when we're doing multiple, we're doing long pages of dialogue. He just switches from character to character.
So he doesn't lay those tracks down separately. He does them one after the other.
Sometimes when Homer has to scream, he sometimes does those as separate takes. And in all the years that I've worked with Dan, and I've been working with him since 1987 now, I've never heard him complain once. One time we had him scream so many times when he had a really, really bad case of the flu, and he, on the 30th take, he said, can I just do a few more? Those ungrateful actors.
Yeah. I was talking to Dan about this, though. Yeah, The Simpsons had so many talented people work behind the scenes on the show. James L. Brooks and Conan O'Brien and all these people who've gone on and done so many other things or had done so many other things before The Simpsons. It's quite an amazing roster of people.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Brad Bird was one of the original animation directors on the show, and he went on to direct the movie Iron Giant, that animated show.
Yeah.
It was really fantastic. And of course, Conan and many, many more.
What was Conan like to work with?
What was great about Conan was that he used to serenade us. He had a guitar.
Really?
I don't know if he does it on his... He doesn't play the guitar much on his show, does he?
Not very often,
Yeah,
no.
but he used to wander around. He was like a sensitive folk singer. This was amazing.
Really?
Yeah. No, he wasn't sensitive.
Oh, okay.
It was as if he were auditioning for his, future talk show. It was amazing.
When you turn on the TV and you see Conan O'Brien doing a talk show, is that surprising or not surprising?
There's hope for all of us,
Well, that's true.
that there is life after The Simpsons. In a way, it feels like I just never graduated because The Simpsons just keeps on going and going and going.
Did you think you'd get 12, 13, 14 years out of The Simpsons?
I never really thought it through. I always thought the show was going to be a smash. I just thought that there was room on TV for an oddly colored show that looked like nothing else. The reason why The Simpsons' skin is weird yellow and all the rest of the blue hair and everything is so that you if you're like switching around really fast, you go, oh, that's The Simpsons. And I thought it would be a hit, but I didn't know what that meant. And that the fact is that characters in cartoons, they don't age,
Yeah.
They don't get so you don't want to look at them anymore.
No.
So, if you do, you just, redesign them.
Yeah.
So.
And unlike a live show, of course, you've got all the original voices on the show, but a lot of these live shows, after 5 years, Shelley Long will leave Cheers, or one of these people will say, I want more money, or I'm so much more than a sitcom actor. That would not happen on an animated show. Those characters are going to stay together forever.
Right. Well, the character Ralph Wiggum on the show once tried to leave, but he was just a cartoon character, and he couldn't. Really, because he was fictitious.
We're here with Matt Groening. We'll take some phone calls coming up. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show. On outrageous talk radio, 100.7 The Buzz.
According to scientists who study this stuff, people blink their eyes 20,000 times a day. So if you're not careful, you could easily miss how fast Geico Auto Insurance starts working on your claim. Often we can handle details in hours instead of days. And in just 15 minutes, or roughly 210 bats of an eye, Geico could save you 15%. So call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO. You may blink twice when you see the savings. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct, the sensible alternative.
Whoopi Goldberg's Gift Advice Corner.
Whoopi, last year I forgot Valentine's Day and my wife hasn't had sex with me since. What should I do?
Well, Dom, beg. Beg, 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 and beg again. Then give her Flu's online gift currency. It's like money. You send it by email and she spends it at the web's best stores. That way she gets to pick out just the gift she wants and you'll get some of what you want. Flu's, just what you both wished for.
FLOOZ.com.
Here's 30 seconds of insight on the 137,499 hours you'll spend working. Never inherit a career from your father, unless you've also chosen it. Remember that being qualified and being passionate are not the same thing.
CareerBuilder.com. Advice, planning, and more jobs than anyone else.
Oh, and be sure the day is better than the coffee that starts it.
CareerBuilder.com. When is your future?
In the apartments, the air is dry. The heat will cause rashes, cause itch, and that's where Gold Bond comes in.
Rosie Jones of Maywood, Illinois, talks about Gold Bond medicated powder.
The Gold Bond relieves me instantly.
Gold Bond medicated powder. Triple action Gold Bond relieves itchy skin rashes with a proven medicated itch fighter, the absorbing action of powder, and the soothing action of zinc oxide.
I really love Gold Bond, I do.
Triple action Gold Bond. More than a powder, it's medication. Use only as directed.
Go to evergreennow.com to learn about how to make that old PC work at a brand new system speed for a fraction of the price. Go to evergreennow.com.
As a Microsoft Certified Training and Educational Center, Global Network Technologies trains students to become Microsoft Certified Systems Engineers. Take control now. Let Global Network Technologies prepare you with the advanced training necessary to compete in the high-tech field. They offer the A+, MCSE, and Train the Trainer courses. Become a Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer and let work look for you. Call 253-924-1680 and learn how to become a Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. But wait, there's more. Global Network Technologies is also giving away a free computer. That's right, a free computer and Sylvan testing voucher to anyone who enrolls in their A+ and MCSE program. Global Network Technologies offers day and evening courses all year round and has flexible hours, personalized attention, and financing is available. Call 253-924-1680 for details. Again, that's 253-924-1680. And let Global Network Technologies bring technology to you.
Arby's presents someone who can really smell a deal. Mr. Ray Charles.
Let me tell you about this supernatural sense of smell I have. It's telling me that right now I can get 5 Arby's regular roast beef sandwiches for only $5.95. Dig that slow roasted aroma. And those singular sauces, horseradish sauce, ooh, I like that. And Arby's sauce. Hey, wait, I only smell 4 sandwiches. You can't fool old Ray. The deal is 5 for $5.95. All right, that's 5 sweet-smelling Arby's roast beef sandwiches for only $5.95. And from what I understand, they look pretty good, too.
You can go anywhere and get filled up, but you can only get the 5 for $5.95 deal at participating Arby's for a short time. Love food?
Uh-huh.
Think Arby's.
Don't forget to add sidekickers to your roast beef sandwiches. Jalapeno bites are available at your Central Puget Sound Arby's, including the location in Silverdale on Silverdale Way Northwest. Love food? Think Arby's. Offer may vary. Participating stores only.
You're listening to Tom Leykis on Outrageous Talk Radio, 100.7 The Buzz.
Yeah, it's the Tom Leykis Show from Aspen. And we're here with Matt Groening. Hello. And we got calls at 1-800-5800-TOM. Aaron on a car phone. Hello.
Tom, how you doing?
Pretty good, Aaron.
Thanks for taking my call. Matt, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Just wanted to call and say how brilliant your comedy is. I'll never forget watching the first Christmas special of The Simpsons and how hard I laughed when I saw it. And
December,
got a little...
Yeah, go ahead. December 17th, 1989. You know, not that I'm keeping records, but go ahead. Yes?
I watched the first episode, the pilot episode of Futurama, and laughed just as hard.
Excellent.
And just got to say to Fox executives, boo! For the way that they run their network.
Oh.
Because...
now, why is that? I mean, I have my reasons, but...
Futurama should be prime time.
Well, 7 o'clock. It's on on Sunday at 7, and Sunday at 7, Sunday at 7. Tune in, please. I'm really proud of this show because we've been working really, really hard on it. It's the sum of everything I've learned working on The Simpsons for the last decade, and David X. Cohen, the executive producer and the guy who co-created the show with me, and everybody who works on the show are just killing themselves to make a show that we think is the most beautiful piece of animation that's ever been on television, and that really is a blast to do. Because with The Simpsons, we're trying to be observational about America, and with Futurama, we're trying to make fun of the future, and so there's a lot more fantasy in it, and it's a lot of fun.
Thanks a lot for the call. It's Nathan on the Tom Leykis Show with Matt Groening. Hello.
Hey, Tom, an avid 101 Leykis listener.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for letting me talk to Matt. Hey, Matt, I'm a religious Simpsons and Futurama watcher. I have one question for you.
Go.
Next week, it's rumored that Maud Flanders is going to die. I was wondering, I know you probably can't tell me if it's true or false, but is there going to be any new characters appearing in the place of the person who's going to die?
Well, assuming that it would be a character who's involved with another character and there's a death, then I guess you would assume that life would go on and the surviving character or characters would probably add to their lives in the way that people who are widowed or widowered, as the case may be. So yes, I would say that there will be new developments in the show. And yes, there will be a death next week, and perhaps it's Maude, and perhaps it's Mo, and perhaps it's Homer, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate the call. Here's Jeremy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. What's up?
Not much.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, Matt. There's a lot of hilarious Simpsons characters, but I was wondering, what was your favorite Simpsons character of all time?
I'm very partial to Homer, of course, because as years go by, I identify with him a lot more. And what's great about Homer is that he's driven crazy by life, but he really loves what he loves. He loves his beer, he loves his donuts, and the rest of us who go through life, we love our beer and donuts, but we're guilty about it. Homer just goes, donut, and I'm in awe of that. I aspire to that someday.
Thanks a lot for the call. It's Mark with Matt Groening. Hello.
Matt.
Yes.
I have A question about Simpsons has been known for having great guest stars in the past, and the rumor has been spreading of some of the ones on the upcoming season, and one of the names was Bruce Springsteen. I know Clarence Clemens had done a little role. I was wondering if you can say anything about this. Will Bruce be playing himself or just lending a voice? Or
Bruce will be playing Bart's evil twin brother. I really can't talk about that. The problem with celebrities is sometimes when they do the show, they forbid us from talking about it, which is not to say that Bruce Springsteen is doing the show. But like we had Michael Jackson and Dustin Hoffman do the show, and they actually forbade us from promoting it. And now I figure like 10 years later, who cares?
Hey, Mark, thanks a lot for the call. Matt, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Matt Groening.
Bye, Tom.
There he goes. Goodbye, Matt. The Simpsons, Futurama, what more could you want, for Christ's sake?
The Tom Leykis Show.
6:30 on 100.7 The Buzz. Let's check traffic with Anna D.
Well, we do have one blocking problem, westbound 518 to 99 towards SeaTac. Actually, a stall and an accident blocking traffic there. And our only floating bridge slowdown left, westbound 520 from 92nd to the water. Getting much better on I-5 both directions through downtown Seattle, as well as southbound 405 through Bellevue, but heavy northbound 405 north of 520 off and on to downtown Kirkland, and northbound 405 also tough, leaving South Center right up to Tukwila. I'm Anna D for 100.7 The Buzz.
Hit me!
Listen to BJ Shea.
All right, what is nasty sex to you?
Nasty talk.
Any midgets involved, perhaps? Trampoline? Trapeze? Fire sticks?
That could be fun.
How about some tongs that you use in a barbecue grill? Put those in the right places. A couple of hand grenades, maybe. What do you say, huh? Sometimes this job can be rewarding.
BJ Shea.
We'll certainly look forward to that.
Weekdays from 1 to 3 on Outrageous Talk Radio, 100.7 The Buzz.
As any techie will tell you, there are basically 5 ways for your company to connect to the internet. Dial-up, ISDN, DSL, T1, and fiber optics. There's no cheaper way to the internet than dial-up, and there's also no slower way. ISDN is faster than dial-up, but it's also much more expensive. DSL, yes, it's low cost. Yes, it's faster than ISDN. And no, it may not be available in your area. T1, it's as fast as DSL, but can run as much as $1,200 a month. Which brings us to fiber optics. It speeds 10 times faster than T1 and, depending on your provider, costs comparable to DSL. Fiber, you might say, is the best of all worlds. High speed and low cost. And no matter how much your data and internet needs grow, they won't outgrow the capacity of fiber. We're ARC Fiber Optic Networks. Visit our website at arcommunications.com and discover what a high-speed fiber optic internet connection can do for your business. ARC, connecting you to what's next.
Do giraffes get the hiccups? Why does the moon go away when the sun comes up? Don't they get along? Where do you buy striped paint?
At U.S. Bank, we know that kids ask a lot of questions.
Why does the tooth fairy give Danny Larson $1 for his teeth and I only get a quarter?
We also know that grown-ups ask a lot of questions, too. Like, am I confident I'm earning as much interest as possible on my money? Am I paying too much in fees? And will my savings help me reach my goals? We've actually got some answers, at least for the grown-ups. Come into U.S. Bank for a free financial checkup. We'll sit down and listen to your needs and goals, then talk about ways to ensure your money is working as hard as it can, now and into the future.
How did the monsters get underneath my bed? Where do babies come from?
Come into U.S. Bank for your free financial checkup today.
U.S. Bank, your needs, our tools.
Member FDIC.
Where do the people on the radio go when you turn it off?
Meet Tom. Tom had an old car with an old radio. So Tom came to Car Toy's huge factory blowout sale and put a new CD player in his old car. But now Tom wants a new car, and he wants to keep his new CD player. Good news, Tom. Car Toys will take your old deck and put it back in your old car. It's called reinstallation, and at Car Toys, it's free. It means that if you sell your car or return a leased vehicle, we'll put back the original deck so you can put your new Car Toys CD player in your new car. And at Car Toys factory blowout sale, there are over 85 5 CD players and changers from $77. You can save $100 on this fold-down face Panasonic CD player with remote control. It's just $329.95 installed free. The huge factory blowout sale at Car Toys.
A better way to go.
Right now at Car Toys, get free weekends for life and 400 voice stream anytime minutes for just $39.99 a month, plus a digital phone for a penny. Call 1-888-CAR-TOYS.
In the market for a car or truck? At Pierre Auto Centers, we take the confusion and frustration out of car buying. Our no-nonsense bottom-line approach means we'll get right to the point, and that saves you time and money. Simply stop by or call any Pierre Auto Center, and we'll give you the bottom-line price and terms on any of 2,000 new and used vehicles available, up front and without hassle. We do it every day. Bottom-line, no-nonsense pricing with Seattle's largest selection. Pierre Ford and Pierre Dodge in Lake City, University Ford in the U District, and New Wilson Ford in Ballard. Pierre Auto Centers since 1947.
I want to celebrate Valentine's Day right this year. Well, come to Toys in Babeland, where we've got the best books, videos, and sex toys. Everything you need for a romantic evening with yourself or your sweetie. Oh, but I've never tried any of that stuff. Fairly not. Toys in Babeland is like no place you've ever been before. Our staff is fun, knowledgeable, and open-minded. It's an inviting space where you're sure to feel comfortable. Actually, I did visit your website at babeland.com. Or you can come see us at the Toys in Babeland store, 707 East Pike Street, or call 1-800-658-9119.
This is the Tom Leykis Show on Outrageous Talk Radio, 100.7 The Buzz.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Sure it is at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Matt Groening and Dan Castellaneta. We have a lot of people on this next couple of days. Should be good. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We're in Aspen. We're at the U.S. Comedy Arts Festival. We're here all the rest of the week. And it's just a blast. This is the most comfortable place you could be. We're at the lobby bar, right by the fireplace. I have the actually the second glass of Cabernet. I'm not going to lie. My second glass. But you know what? Cabernet, appropriate, you know? What are you ticking away on over there? Yeah, you think I'm a time bomb ticking? What are you doing over there? What is that? I don't get it. Anyway. Yeah, it's appropriate. Sitting by literally sitting by a big fire, doing a radio show. Yeah, we're killing time. You know we're killing time. Oh, that's what you're saying. I'm killing time. Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. And the fellow who runs this place. What is his name again? I'm sorry. Randy?
Kenny Gerber's Randy.
Kenny.
Randy Gerber's brother.
Kenny. Kenny Gerber. This place rocks, man. I could just sit here all night, but I'm not going to because there's some big party tonight, right? Some big party everybody's going to? Yeah, you're not going to miss the big party. You don't come to Aspen to miss the big party. We'll go to the big party later. Everybody's making, this is like the NAB convention in that when you meet people here, they're always looking over your shoulder to see if there's somebody bigger than you that they could be talking to. You ever notice that when you go to one of these events, Gary? You're talking to somebody, and they're like looking over your right shoulder. Hey, great to see ya. But they're really looking at somebody behind you. Oh, my God, great to see. Who's that, Johnny Carson over there? Great to see ya. I'll talk to you again soon. Everybody's like working their way up the food chain. It's just great.